This is Sherry. I've received a few questions about the review assignment for Module 7, particularly with regard to Step 4, which is setting up the VLOOKUP function. So I want to go back to the chapter and go over the example that was in the chapter and show you how the table is built, and that might help you. This is in the hard copy book. It's on pages 6 and 7. I don't have the ebook pages here, but it's in the very first section on using lookup functions. So the example in the book is about engagement rates for social media. And I've copied the text right here. And so you can see that if an engagement rate is between 0 and 0.5%, it's poor. If the engagement rate is between 0.5% and 1%, it's average. And so on and so forth until we get to engagement rates that are greater than or equal to 2%, and those are excellent. So what we want to do is create a lookup table that looks up a value for us, a value of an engagement rate, and tells us if that engagement rate is poor, average, good, very good, or excellent. So to do that, before we can write the lookup function, we need to create the lookup table. Lookup tables are always built in columns. And what we don't want to do is we don't want to put all this text into the table because Excel won't recognize all this text. Excel only recognizes the numbers. And the easiest way to build the lookup table is to build it in ascending order or in increasing order and putting the smallest value at the top. So the smallest value here is going to be 0%, right? Because that's the lowest level of engagement rate there could possibly be. The next value is 0.5%. So we'll put that here, 0.5%. The next value, here we still have 0.5%. Average is 0.5% to 1%, less than 1%. So we'll put the next value right here, 0.1%, or actually 1%, I'm sorry. The next value in the range after 1% is going to be 1.5%. So we'll put that value in cell G10. The next value, if you're thinking ahead, after 1%, 1.5% is going to be, for very good, the range of 1.5% to less than 2%. We'll put the 2% right here in cell G11. Excellent is for values that are greater than or equal to 2%, so we don't, there's no value in the table because it's anything that's greater than 2%, so we don't need to build that into our table. All right, so now we have our engagement rate values in column 1. In column 2, let's put the value. So the lowest level is poor, followed by average, followed by good, very good, and excellent. Now this next part is really important. Let's say, for example, we want to find the grade of an engagement rate of 0.8%. This statement right here, up at the top, Excel will look for the row in the table that has the largest value that is less than or equal to the lookup value. So I highlighted the important parts of this sentence in red. The lookup value is 0.8. Excel is going to look for the row that has the largest value less than or equal to the lookup value. Let's start at the upper left, 0. Is this less than or equal to the lookup value? Yes, it is. Is it the largest value that is less than or equal to the lookup value? Well, I'm not sure. Let's look at the next row. The next row is 0.5. Is 0.5 less than or equal to 0.8? Yes, it is. Is it the largest value in the table that is less than or equal to the lookup value? I don't know. Let's look at the next row. The next row is 1%. Is 1% less than or equal to 0.8%? No, it's not. 1% is greater than 0.8%. So let's go back to the previous row. 0.5, the 0.5 row has the largest value, 0.5, that is less than or equal to the lookup value, because the next row is greater than the lookup value. So going back to the row that says 0.5, the grade for this engagement rate is average. And let's confirm that by going back to the grade table from the book. Here we can see that average is between 0.5 and 1%. 0.8 is between 0.5 and 1%, so average is the right value. And again, Excel starts at the top and it goes down the column and it delivers back the value that has the largest value less than or equal to the lookup value. It's not going to deliver back good, which is in the 1% row. It's going to deliver average, which is in the 0.5% row, because 1 is greater than the lookup value, 0.5 is not. So I hope that is not too confusing. Let's go ahead and build the lookup function. I'm going to search for the function. There it is, VLOOKUP. I'm going to do this from this dialog box because I think it's easier. The first thing it asks us for is the lookup value. The lookup value is 0.8, but I'm not going to type in 0.8. I'm going to click on the cell where the lookup value is. The table array is the lookup table itself. Where am I finding my lookup values? That's this table that I built right here. Go ahead and select those cells. All right, this is the lookup table. The column index number says once I find a match in the left column, which column has the result that I want? And that's column 2, because this is the grade that I want Excel to give me. So we'll say column 2. And we can leave this blank because the default is an approximate match, and that's what we're looking for, so we don't need to put anything there. All right, now if I've done this right, lookup value here in case 6, this is the range, and I'm looking for a result that's in column 2. If I've done it correctly, I should get back a result of average, right? All right, let's do it. We'll say OK, and there we have it. The result delivered back to me is average. There is our lookup function up here in the formula bar. If we change the example to for something other than 0.8, if we change it to 1.7%, the grade that's delivered back is very good. And if we look here at our criteria, we can see that what very good is between 1.5 and 2%. And if we look at our lookup table, we're looking for 1.7%. So we go up the table, 0.5, 1, 1.5, and 2. 2 is too big. 2 is greater than 1.7. So go back to 1.5, and the value that gets delivered back to us is very good. I hope that's helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.